Welcome back to Dirty Hands TV finally. It's probably been about a month. Time for some coffee. It's just after 6. So today we've got possibly another trade job. So talk to Ron. He's our friendly banker / real estate mogul that we do a lot of work for when we're down here. And he's been talking about another bathroom project out there where we're doing the tiny homes. He wants to put some bathrooms in another small office building. So, and of course, he wants to trade. So we are going to go look at the trade, and then also the job. I'm going to see if it's a good deal for us, and if it is, we'll do the trade. The only problem is he's going to want to throw in a lot of extra stuff, and so my goal here is to get just enough cash out of him to cover the material. So we'll take the trade on the things that he wants to trade us. Possibly, we might. I don't know that it's a really good idea, because it's these FEMA water, which I think I showed them on another video. If you go look at a previous video, they're like a water pressurization, and they heat the water, they pressurize it, and it's for fire camps and off-grid compounds, so that you can have pressurized water and run your showers, and maybe run multiple showers, things like that. So that's what it is. And those things are about 23 or 24,000 new from the manufacturer. These things are basically brand new. There's 14 of them. So I mean, if I could find that needle in a haystack buyer to buy these, a couple grand a piece is what I'm thinking. But nobody's buying anything right now, I can tell you that. I have a lot of stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and I think it's pretty cheap, a lot of it. I get calls all the time, but nobody's spending any money, and that's kind of weird too, because we've got some real estate for sale. We've got a bunch of heavy equipment for sale, and trucks and everything else. We've got just all kinds of things up for sale, and nobody's buying right now, and it seems steadily gotten worse and worse over the last 3 or 4 months. Something is just not right in the economy right now. I've had so many people looking for work, so many, from all over California. And 2 years ago I would have killed to have the amount of people, and quality people too, lots of quality people are looking for work, and it's crazy. It's actually scary. Luckily, we're still somewhat busy. We're not crazy busy by any means, but we've got some work lined up, and that's going to carry us through the winter for sure. But I just don't know what is going on with the economy, with Trump, even this Epstein thing, you guys. Like, what do you make of it? Like, it's crazy. I don't know what's happening. It feels like we're living in a false reality. One thing I do know is that there's the moon. Now, you want to tell me how it's daytime, right? And there's the moon way up above. The shadow is on the back side of the moon. The sun is over here, okay? But yet the shadow is supposed to be caused by Earth being in between the sun and the moon. So somebody riddle me that one. But one good thing is there's no chemtrails. No more chemtrails. And I've been saying this on my other channel. I have not seen really any. I did see a day or two where there was one, and I did see a stupid comment that said, you know, whatever. But I'm not gonna say what the comment said because I don't want to single you out. But something's weird, and well, we all know it's weird. Everything feels weird. The frequency, the vibration, like everything's off, and time seems to be sped up. I don't know. I've heard a lot about that too, time being sped up. And then I'll tell you what, time does feel like it going way faster than it did when I was a kid. I mean, time was really slow, and at least it seemed like it. And now it just seems like the days just fly by. But anyways, I'm getting my coffee in me, and we're gonna get out there. Let's go look at this trade deal and see what we come up with. Owen came down last night. I had him bring the gooseneck. Now, I don't really like the way that sits. I think the front sits too low. And so what I want to do, I'm going to let him know too. I want that front up about 3 more inches, 3 or 4. Because empty, if it's sitting that low, I mean, wait till you put a load on it. I don't know who adjusted that. I have a feeling it was Mike and Clayton. But it's not, it's too low. And it's probably adjusted for the other truck that we have, the Chevy, because I think the Chevy might sit a little higher. But what we need to do is bust that set screw loose, crank the thing up at least 3 or 4 inches up, because the front is low and it's putting too much weight on the front axle. And if anything, I want it slightly elevated in the front, just slightly. That way when I actually put some weight on it, then it kind of sets back to level. But I definitely don't like the way it's sitting. We're gonna fix that. Oh, coffee's good.
Huh?
Hey, he's a good boy, huh?
Look at that shoot.
He's just getting some sun. Oh. Oh!
You big old boy.
Gotta get it warmed up. Alright, he found him a spot. Okay, so we're looking at putting some bathrooms in that over there, huh?
But it's over 100 foot away from that well.
Let me step this right now. I'll pace it. One of them. So we're talking about putting some bathrooms in here. We're trying to figure out, we want to go in the corner, but seems like the best way to do it is put it right here in the center.
Morning. Hey, good morning, Ron. How you doing? Nice to see you again, sir.
We got water. Water's right there, and we've got so water's right there. Ooh, something doesn't smell good. It smells kind of dead. So these were classrooms. This actually used to be a school, believe it or not. This whole area, they had a metal building right there that had classrooms. This whole like yard was a school, and they got booted on their zoning or something. So now we're gonna reconvert back into some offices. But these ones here, he wants to put bathrooms. So we wanted to go in the corners, but that's just not gonna happen. So I think we're gonna try to go right here, dead center in the middle, 8 by 8, back to back, with a toilet and a shower and a sink. And then we gotta run water from this well, which is really close, so that's no biggie. And then we've got to do a little septic system, similar to what we did over at the tiny homes. It's gonna be the same size tank and all that. And we got to run that back here with some a little leach line and stuff like that. So I got to try to put this together for cheap, because this is kind of my foot in the door to get 4 more of these buildings to build, which are going to be right over there, right behind these ones here. We got 3 here. We're going to do 4 right behind them, and that's the real ticket. Why we're even looking at this. That's part of the trade, you know. I'm going to do this here for cheap, probably like essentially like breaking even, and might even be losing a little, because part of the funding for this is those FEMA water systems that I've showed in a previous video. Maybe if I got time, we'll go over and look at those again, and see. Maybe one of you guys out there, send me a comment. Anybody that's wanting to build an off-grid type home, anything like that, those things would be perfect for that. And they're, like I said, they're like 20,000+ new, and we're talking about getting them for a lot less. All right, so here we got back over at the tiny homes, and you can see the color. I like that color. I chose that color. So we got that one's that color, that one's this color, and we're on the home stretch. We've got just a little bit left to do here. I think they'll be done by either tonight or tomorrow, like all the way done, and then this job is finished. We didn't get to work on it for a couple weeks because Juan's been up with me in Mammoth doing other stuff, but yeah, I'm happy. Everything's just about done, and the parking lot looks good. Got it pretty level. It actually looks decent, a lot better than it did. So if you go back to some of the older videos, you can see how messed up the grade was and stuff like that. But here we are, and we're on the home stretch, and we just looked at that other one over there, and we're gonna do that. And I forgot to take a video of the FEMA tanks when we were over there, sorry. But I'm sure there's a video on those in the previous video. Just go back and look. Now we're gonna head out to the ranch. I'm gonna take Juan out to the ranch for his first time and show him out our property out there, kind of where all our equipment is out there. That way he knows how to get in and out, and he can see what we have out there. That way if I'm in Mammoth and he's down here, I can say, hey, go out here and go in the C train. You can grab that. So we're gonna spend the morning going out there, checking out that, and keep things moving. But no, you sit down. You didn't get to go yesterday, did you? You wanna go? Okay, we're gonna go for a drive. They know what that means. They definitely know what that means. Okay, sit. Do the stretch. Do your stretch. Sit down, Sadie. You guys sit down. Sit. You're not listening. You're not listening. Sit. Okay. All right. Stay right there. Okay. Okay, we're gonna start a new day here. And I kind of screwed up yesterday. I didn't show you guys some of the stuff I wanted to show, so we're gonna go look at that, come up with a game plan on a couple things. We'll talk about the auction scenario when we get out to the ranch, and just some of those things that we might end up doing. The problem right now, nothing's really moving. Real estate's not moving. Equipment's not moving. Like, things are just, they're definitely not where they were a year ago. Let's just put it that way. We are back over here at Patton. This poor yard needs attention. So I don't know if I talked about it, but we got our old tenant that was in here out. That's not locked. That's not good. Wow. Whoever came in here last didn't lock the gate. I guess, I don't know if that's good or bad, because it's probably been a week since anyone's been over here. And that thing's been unlocked. Not cool. Gotta talk to Juan about that. He's gonna be moving in and renting our shop and one of the houses. We made an arrangement with him. He's doing a lot of subcontracting with us right now. So I felt like it would be good for him to be here, since he's not really happy where he's at now. Guess I can turn this off. And being that he's not really happy, it's on the wrong side of town. This is a way better location. Don't get me wrong, as you can see, it needs some love and attention, but I think it's a great place for him. He can run his office out of this front building. It's got a full kitchen, 2 bathrooms, everything you need. And then it's got the 4,400 square foot shop in the back. And then we're going to have him help us finish the remodel on this, which was going to be our office at one time, but I think we're going to go ahead and rent this out as well. And so the idea here is we're going to rent these out. And then I don't owe anything on the place, so I'm going to go ahead and borrow some money against it, because I need an infusion of money right now to do some of the things that I've been wanting to do, and I just can't really take it out of the business, because we're just right at that point where we're busy, but we don't have enough funds in our coffers to do some of the things we want to do with some of our other projects. So I feel like that's our best option. I hate to borrow money against something, but I feel pretty good about it, being that we're gonna have tenants in here. It's going to pay that note on the loan that we get, and even then some. It's probably going to give us a little bit of monthly cash extra. And even if right now, since the way that we were going to sell it, right, but the real estate's just not moving right now, so the next best thing is to get it rented, and I need that cash so I can borrow the money, let the tenants pay that rent, and if it works out like it's supposed to work out, you get in 10 years they have paid that note down. Matter of fact, what we would probably do is a long-term mortgage type situation on these, and then let the tenants pay their portion of the rent, and then we would stack money on top of that each month to get that principal knocked back down to where we're not going to borrow the full equity value of the place anyways. So no matter what, if we did have to sell it, we could do that. Now this tire has been a menace, and it looks like it went down again, and it's pretty annoying. Every time you come over here, you gotta do that. Let's see if we got juice in the battery. We got a little juice. Fired right up. She ain't pretty, but it's a good machine. And it's got the 45-foot reach, 10,000 pound capacity. It's definitely something that we can use on a daily basis. We're on a well here, which is right there, and it's not in great shape. So a couple years ago, we had a plan drawn up city water's right there. And I think with the little bit of the money that we get out of here, we're gonna go ahead and run that city water line in, put a couple fire hydrants, and that's gonna add value to the place. So that's on the table. That's probably one of the first things we're gonna do, is just go ahead and abandon that well and run the city water right on in with full hydrants and everything. We got 2 parcels here, 1 and 2. And so we'll run a main to each parcel. This double wide that we have back here is gonna go get moved out to the ranch. And that's a large double wide. It's like 50 foot long, and it's somewhere around 24 foot wide. It might even be a little bit wider. So it's, you know, close to 2,000 square feet, somewhere right around that neighborhood. Can't do the math in my head right now. But that one's got bathrooms, office, couple bedrooms, everything in it. Could do some siding around the outside and really dress it up on the outside. The inside's very nice on that one. It's very well kept on the inside. And we'll get that out. We're gonna get these 2 C trains moved over to the ranch, and that'll create a lot of parking here. That one's got a lot of parking, and I think we'll have no problem leasing this out. Well, I know we already got the one leased out, but this other one here, leasing it out, should not be a problem at all. So just gotta play the shell game, keep moving things around until you get to the position you want to get. We've been doing that for the last 20 years, and feels like you never get ahead, but you know, we're sitting on a lot of real estate and a lot of different things. We don't have any money, so we got to borrow the money and finish out the dream. Nobody likes to borrow money, but sometimes you have to do that to get where you need to be in life, and it's just a fact. It's just a reality.